heavier blue. Hi, how are you? Hi Bira. Hi Shimoga, how are you?
Just message me when you feel that it is ready and I should go live, okay?
Are you all ready for me now? I'm just gonna wait for some more people to come in. Hi Harshal. And once there are more people who come, then I'm going to go ahead and start off with the topics for the day. You know what we are going to talk about. There are multiple topics that we're going to talk about. So, hi Neeraj, how are you? It's so good to see you. Hi Abhinek, how are you? Shimoga, thank you so much for asking. I'm fine. I hope you're safe and I hope everything is fine with you. Kiran, I'm seeing you after ages. Thank you. Neeraj, I'm fine. So I'm just waiting for it to be exactly 4 o'clock so that I know what is exactly the time that we can start. Hi Vikram, how are you? It's great to see you here. And I hope all of you are doing well. All of you all are safe. I also hope that you all are positive and you all know that everything is going to be amazing really soon. So I want to start on a positive note with everybody here. So my topic for the day is going to be how to prepare your skin. There are some secrets I'm going to share with you. I'm sure some makeup artists have already shared these secrets with you, but I'm going to share some of them. And I have some amazing things that I'm going to put up in front of the camera so that y'all can also see them and y'all can learn and know and y'all can use them as and when required. So I love this. If all of you can see what this is a Snail Mask. It's amazing. I would like you to do this before makeup. It helps in smoothing and firming the skin. It's beautiful. You also have something which is a collagen mask, which is going to help you to do makeup on people who have mature skin or maturing kind of skin. We also go ahead and use a lot of hyaluronic acid, so it's like a hydrant or a humectant. It pulls moisture from the air. It's amazing. So we prepare skin with those 3 products. After that is done, we proceed further and we work on other products. So once that is over, I always like to use a bit of cleanser. I use Cetaphil. I love Cetaphil. It works amazingly in smoothing out the skin, and it also helps to leave it hydrated and yet not oily. I love to use the Himalayan toner. I don't know how many of you use it. It's a beautiful toner. It's one of the best toners that you can ever lay your hands on. Once you finish that, you can also go ahead and work with a hydrating spray and a hydrating mist. So if you can see this, a cooling mist, very useful for Bombay, where people can feel that your skin is burning out when you're in the sun, or if you're doing a shoot outdoor or anything like that. And if you all want, at the end of it, I'm just going to make a whole compilation of the products and then keep a list ready for y'all. Okay, I'm going to do that for y'all. I love teaching, I love education, so I'll do it. I also have the Evian face mist. If you read closely on it, see what it says. It moisturizes, refreshes, and tones. So it does all these 3 things. Okay, this is very important. Please don't forget an SPF. Okay, it's very, very useful for you to use this SPF. Now we've spoken about all the things that we normally are going to do. I'm going to now introduce you to another bunch of products. These products basically work to repair. Okay, they're more like serums. So the one you have here is an anti-acne collagen serum, which is really good for fine lines that people get, and it keeps your skin really well prepped, okay? You also have Kama Ayurveda. You all know what Kama is all about. So it's beautiful. It's called the Kumkumadi oil. It's won a lot of awards. And what I really love, guys, to repair skin is my glow drops. Can you see them? Yeah. And it has chandan, kesar, and it has all those little things that you can use. So this is beautiful for your skin. When you are talking of makeup, if you have amazing skin and if you have spent time to prep your skin, which a lot of makeup artists in India still don't pay attention to, my request to you as an educator from the past 18 years is just try it once. I'm not saying you have to do it. Just try it once. You will love it. Absolutely love it. Okay? Prep the skin nicely, prep the skin correctly, and see the difference that you can actually make to the makeup you're actually going to put on. Alright? You also have something which is a hydrating day serum from England. It's really good. This I would do for people in the daytime if I have to do makeup for mature skin and I realize that I can't have too much makeup onto that skin because it has lines and open pores, and the more makeup I do, the worse that skin looks. We all have dealt with skins like that. So absolutely amazing. Don't forget to do this. Once you have done that bit, you can also go onto your regular normal primer, pore filler, and something else that I'm going to show you. So I have a Benefit Porefessional. It's an amazing primer for a satin matte finish. It blurs out lines and pimples and acne. It's beautiful as a product. We also have over here another primer, and this primer basically helps to boost the skin effect with illumination and an SPF. So in this, you're not going to have a lot of problem. You're going to just manage to work with this one particular primer to get it as a sunblock and to also get illumination into the skin. It's by Bobbi Brown. And you have this My Star product from Dermalogica. You will love this product once you use it. It says Hydra Blur Primer. It helps to take away imperfections from the skin. A beautiful product to use and put on, okay? We don't forget this. We all are using this a lot now. We always want to work with this in our kit, okay? I have something which is a lip scrub, which is by MAC Cosmetics. It's beautifully flavored. It looks really yummy. So you can love using this on the lip before you actually put on lip colors for people. And following that, you also have, I have a product which is from Pericom MD. If you all want to see that, just get the focus there. There you are. Okay. And it's like a filler. If you see the product, it's just like a filler. I'm going to use a bit to show you. So I'm going to take out a little bit. You have my hand here. See what it does to the skin. It will just brighten and smoothen. Okay, and you can now compare this skin to this and this, and you can see the difference here. Okay, it's a beautiful product. Okay, now I'm going to talk to you about something for your under eyes. This is an amazing cream by Clinique. This is how I prepare skin always. I love to use this. It's just going to go ahead and help me to take away the lines and the darkness and the puffiness. It works on everything, okay? It's an all-round product. Research it, see it. Everything I show you, I would want you to experience and experiment. There is no hard and fast rule that you should be using that alone by itself, okay? I'm also going to introduce you to some of my favorite products which exist. I use a lot of this, which is the Golden Fix Plus. Can you see that? Yeah? Now, a lot of people are under the impression that a Fix Plus is a makeup fixer. I would want you to remove that misconception. I would request you to go ahead and keep in mind that this particular product is an enhancer for hydration, boosting your skin. It's natural spring water. It's with an illuminating effect, so it's different from a normal Fix Plus product. What I always recommend to you is keep an eye for developments that occur with different products. Don't go ahead and get stuck with one particular product, because you don't want to do that. Everything is advancing and everything is progressing, so why would you want to stay back? Unless you have few products which are your top favorite products, which are amazing and you can't live without those products, then that's a completely different thing. Okay, I'm going to also give you a makeup fixing spray, which is beautiful. I use a lot of bodyography. You will have an amazing finish in your makeup when you spray this on top. Saying that, it's not matte and it's not dewy, so it's just going to go ahead and give a nice sealed satin finish to the look. If there are people, and I know that there are people who have a lot of breakouts, I know that acne is a big problem, I know that oiliness, sweating is a big problem with skin tones and skin's here, please lay your hands on this. Okay, it's tea tree oil. We know tea tree is antibacterial and antiviral. It works on every score. Okay, it's one of the most sought after products. This is by Bodyography. Use this just to be applied as a base under the makeup or as a protective layer. All right, so what I spoke to you right now is I have only introduced you to preparing off your skin from cleansing, to toning your skin, to disinfecting your skin, to moisturizing your skin with a serum and a moisturizer, and then a primer. And even in a primer, you can choose what kind of a primer do you want. Do you want a primer which is matte? Do you want a primer which is more like a pore filler and a satin finish? Do you want a primer which is more illuminating and gives you a sunblock? So you have a lot of options. Okay, you need to choose wisely according to the setup of the makeup that you are doing. So if you're dressing up somebody for the day, yes, it is understood that when you dress up somebody for the day, you want to just make sure that for the day that person is using things which keep their skin more matte, because as it is, we have a lot of humidity and we tend to sweat a lot over here in Bombay. Okay, I'm now going to introduce you to my favorite set of products which I use for base. As I told you, I will help you to understand base in the most systematic, in the most simple, in the most easy way. All of us are 99% olive skin tone people. All of us have dark patches and pigmentation in forehead corners or the full forehead, on under eyes or the eyelid, sides of the cheek or around the mouth. We all need to use a color corrector before doing anything else if we realize that the difference between the base skin and the pigmentation is visible. And for that, I have made a special color corrector of my own, which I love. And if you ask me what are these colors, this is made by using Kralin FS22 Supra and by Derma D34. I always keep these two in a tub. You see how much I've used? So this is my to-go product to cancel out any pigmentation that occurs on any type of skin. I'll repeat it again for you. It's FS22 from Kralin from Supra, and it's D34 from Derma. Okay, so I get a bit of yellow enhancement if I need that, if I need brightening, and I have like a nice peachy orange if I have to look after the pigmentation which is really dark. So both scores, this works amazingly. Okay, what I'm going to now introduce you to is a range of products which are known as your concealers. I spoke to you about color correctors. Now I am going to talk to you about concealers. When I talk to you about concealers, people always have a misconception and always are misled and confused with regards to which concealer they need to use. My suggestion, and I wish you to try it, as I said, pick up a concealer which is always having a pinkish undertone. With that, I mean all your concealers which are from MAC and which say NW. Any MAC concealer which says NW is going to have enough amount of pink in it, okay? And then you have a lot of other concealers. I use a lot of Fenty, I use a lot of MAC. So you can see all have a bit of pinkish tone coming in. All of these, if you see, they all have a bit of pink, some lighter, some darker, some darker. So the trick to the perfect concealer is you need to go ahead and use a concealer which is one shade brighter to your skin, also has a little bit of pink in it, and is going to go ahead and come closest to your actual skin color with just one shade of brightening. This is the secret to getting your concealer perfect. Following that, I have a lot of questions where people say that, can we do a concealer after foundation? We have seen it. I say that this is the evils of Google and YouTube, and we don't want to follow those instructions blindly because they're all done on foreign skin. Please understand that when you see videos where foreigners do makeup, all those foreigner people, they are basically working with skin which is red, pink, and looking irritated and red and white, okay? So when they do a foundation, they pick up a foundation with a pinkish tone. And when they pick up a concealer, they pick up a concealer with a yellow or a whitening or a brightening tone. When they do that, so when they do the foundation, which is your pink white, and they brighten areas which appear more red, which is for them the under eyes and sometimes the cheeks, okay? When they use more yellow white tones on those areas after the foundation, they tend to look one skin tone, and they tend to brighten cheekbones, brighten these areas automatically. Don't be under the misconception to use this for Indian skin tones, guys. Please, 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 my request to you, okay? When you come to foundations, it's a totally different ball game. Your foundations should be yellow olive. Everybody is saying this. It should be yellow olive. It should be yellow olive. But it should be yellow olive. Who knows what is yellow olive exactly except a professional makeup artist? Therefore, use a foundation for yourself which contains no pink, no orange, and no red. It's the simplest way to get your base right. Just pick up a foundation which has no pink, no orange, and no red. I have Tanmay who's asked me that makeup can oxidize. Yes, Tanmay, makeup can oxidize because a lot of makeup that contains SPF has titanium dioxide, and titanium dioxide can oxidize. It is true and it is correct. Dr. Vijay Lakshmi Gurapati, thank you so much. There was a time when I was with you for so long and I missed those days. Awesome. Good to have you here. Thank you. Also, if you realize what you are talking about for oxidation of makeup, it has a lot to do internally with a person, whether a person is acidic or alkaline. It sounds so stupid when I say this, but it is true. It has a lot to do with the pH balance of a person. If you have a person who doesn't eat for long hours, if you have a person who has a lot of spicy food and stuff like that, there is bound to be acidity which is going to reflect and change the shade of the makeup. The simplest theory that I tell you might sound really funny, but is very true. Just gulp down a glass of cold milk. Yeah, just have a glass of cold milk. You'll love it. And you'll see the difference. You can't go asking your client, are you acidic? Is my makeup going to go darker on you? We can't say that, right, to people. And the simple reason why I told you what I did was because of that, okay? Now I'm going to talk to you about different tones in foundations. We can have majorly 3 different shades or tones in foundations, okay? The first one is going to be a yellow olive, which all Indian people are mostly. The next one is going to be a neutral shade. Now this neutral shade is for people who are all up from the north or from the Pahadi regions, as you know, because they naturally have a little bit of pinkness coming into the skin. So for them, you need a foundation which has a balance of a pink and a yellow tone into it. And you need a warm, which we call as warm, which some people call as cool, but the logic is it has to have pink in it. That is for all your foreigners. So you can actually have 3 shades of foundations. You can have a yellow olive, you can have a yellow olive with a little bit of pink, and you can have an actual pink white with a little bit of yellow also. This is what your foreigners would use, and that is the reason why those foundations look gray on our skin, and they aren't really meant for our skin. Okay, so every time you go out to buy a foundation for Indian or Asian skin tones, 99%, please remember one thing: your skin tone is a yellow olive. The same way in fairness, you can have three different types of fairness. You can have a person who is yellow fair, you can have a person who is pale white fair, and you can have a person who is a neutral fair, which has a lot of pink. Okay, what my recommendation to you is that you want to just be sure that you match the color, not here where you have shadows appearing, but you want to do it at the side of the cheek, or you want to do it at the center of the forehead, where you have equal distribution of light from all angles and all sides. Okay, this is the most important thing at this point in time. So when you talk of foundations, you have foundations which can be of different textures. I use Estee Lauder, I use Fenty, and I use Nars. Estee Lauder is amazing for Indian summers and gives you 100% coverage. Okay, when you talk of Fenty, again matte, but a little bit of a satiny matte. And when you talk of Nars, Nars is absolutely illuminating and has a nice lovely sheen onto the skin. Okay, I have Kushal who says कि हिंदी में भी बताइए. Okay कुशाल, मैं थोड़ा रिपीट कर लूँगा आपके लिए हिंदी में कि बहुत सारी बार ये होता है कि लोगों को अपना फाउंडेशन का कलर समझ में नहीं आता है, और इसके लिए हम लोग को ये कहते हैं कि जब आप फाउंडेशन खरीदते हो तो प्लीज़ देखो कि फाउंडेशन के अंदर कुछ भी पिंक, ऑरेंज या रेड टोन नहीं आए, क्योंकि पिंक टोन्स हमारे कंसीलर्स में आने चाहिए, हमारे फाउंडेशंस में नहीं आने चाहिए ये टोन्स. ठीक है, मैंने अब तक ये बात की है. Now the next thing that we are going to talk about is Estee Lauder number. You are asking me the shade. It's 2W2, and this is the most universal for fair to medium skin. All right. Then let us come to understanding the concept of loose powders. Now, a lot of people have difficulties in understanding which loose powder to choose and buy. You have different types, okay? The one you have here is from RCMA, which I picked up from my update course in New York, which I did, which is Research Council of Makeup Artists. This is a no color powder. This is one of the world's #1 loose powders, or translucent powders as you say to use. Following that, I know that in Bombay I can have people who have dry skin, but at the same time I know that because of the weather that we have, they will sweat or the skin will get oily. So I am aware that I need to correct that, but I yet need to fix the base. Please use the hyaluronic powder. It's a hydrating powder. Have you ever heard of something like this? A powder which will hydrate and fix your base. Is absolutely amazing. Lay your hands on it. It's by Terry Blair. Okay, and if you want really full coverage, then I use a lot of MAC Studio Fix, and it's a powder foundation. So all you need to do is just put it on like a powder, but you will just go ahead and have a lot of coverage at that point. Rachna, you say, can you repeat the colors for skin correction? Rachna, I'm going to make a whole list. I promise you, I'm going to make a whole list, and I'm going to make sure that it is put up, and you can then go through that list. But I do have shortage of time. We do have a lot of work to do. If I do have spare time after I finish, I will come back to it. Okay. Tanmay, you said if someone is having dark pigmentation lip, but she needs a lighter lip color. Amazing, Tanmay. I have the trick for you. A lot of people used to go ahead and use concealers on the lips to hide darkness, but you don't need to do that. You get a color from MAC Cosmetics. It's a lip pencil called Subculture or Spice. Subculture or Spice. Just neutral out the whole lip color with that lip pencil, and then wear whatever color you like. Okay, it just works like a color corrector for the skin, the same way for the lip. It's just an eraser. Okay, what would help you at that point in time would be if you use a lip conditioner, because sometimes lips appear darker because they are drier, and when they are moist and when they are hydrated, they become absolutely fine. Okay, can all climates suit this foundation? If you're talking of Studio Fix or you're talking of Nars, yes, all the foundations I'm showing you can work in all different situations and climates. Only one thing you remember is that you use less powder if you're in a place which is cold, and you use more powder if you are in a place which is like sweaty and humid, like Bombay is very, very humid. Okay, the Nars foundation shade is Stromboli. Okay, that should look after that bit. Now, when I have spoken to you about all of this, we only spoke of the base. I'm going to now talk to you about a contour, okay? And I know that a lot of people say that contouring is looking too dark or too light, but contouring also needs to be matched with your skin tone. So you see, I always use 2 shades of contour, or 3. The lighter being for lighter, the medium, and then even a darker one if I have for darker skin. When you are contouring the face, you want to keep in mind 2 methods. The first method is spot application. So if you feel the forehead is too large, you contour here. Sides are too large, you contour here. And you want to make the jawline sharper, you contour here. And for the nose, you contour here. Okay? These are simple contouring. At the same time, you can have somebody who wants to do a lot of contouring if they have a rounder face, and I like to call that contouring border to border contouring, where you just give the whole face a new border. So you work from the center, you cut off, and you get all the way down here. All this is gone. You can see shadows coming here, right? So imagine if I contoured all of this together. Okay, and what you need to understand is that this was my main aim and my main purpose now, where I'm going to talk to you about different colors which work on different skin. So we talked about contouring, and now we're going to go to the color section. So before I go to the color section, let me explain something to you which is very, very important. When you look at colors, you have cool and you have warm, and you have light, bright, and dark. Okay, let us first take up the example of fair skin. If you're working with fair skin, they can use any colors that you want to use on them for their eyes and the lips. You can use absolutely any color you want. I can use all of these on fair skin. Okay, but the minute I go to skin which is medium, my choice of colors becomes lesser. The reason why this happens is because at some point in time, the darker skin color needs to be combated with a brighter color, not a lighter color. I'm going to pick up pink as my example for all of you, and I'm going to show it to you. So say for example, I have pink 1, pink 2, pink 3. Okay? And I want to know which will I use on fair skin. So fair skin can take all 3. And one thing very important is this pink will give a soft look, this will give a nice look, this will give a pop look to fair skin. I can use all 3. But if I come to medium or medium dark, this pink is not to be used. It will gray out on that skin tone. You want to focus on these 2, and they will look the best. Okay, so basic logic here is, when you are talking of colors, you want to remember fair skin can take light, bright, and dark. Medium to dark skin cannot take light colors on. I cannot think of using a sky blue on medium skin. That's just not done. It's going to look really bad and gray and smoky and weird. Okay, unless you're doing a horror show, then that's a different story. At the same time, you also have shades like these, Again, if I have a fair person, I can use my entire palette on a fair skin tone, because what is going to happen with all these colors is the softer colors will make them look prettier, the stronger and darker colors will make them look sharper and will make the makeup look stronger. This is the only thing that it's actually going to do. Okay. The other thing you want to always keep in mind is, if you say, for example, that I have a blue eyeshadow with me and I want to know that I have 3 shades of blue, which blue do I use? You need to know whether that blue is light, bright or dark, and whether you're working with fair, medium or dark. A simple logic you can follow is, if you have darker skin, they take darker colors. And if you want a pop on dark skin, then you take brighter colors. Example, if I have an African American who I want to do makeup on, I can create a pop with these colors and it would look amazing on them. I can use these to create a pop on fair skin also, on medium skin also, because these colors just are meant for popping. They're just called the UV palette. It's the electric palette from Urban Decay. For all those who want to know, I've used this for a lot of years. Now, what I need you to understand is when you want to come to the lips. So I'm going to show you 3 lip palettes, all are from MAC. And hopefully my lip palettes will explain everything. Okay, so you can see all of them here. Let's deal with the pink one first. Okay, now if I am going to work with very fair skin and they want very beautiful, nice lips, just natural, I'm going to work in this area. Maybe mix and match. If I have the same person wanting strong pink lips, I'm going to work with this area. And if I want the same fair girl, not wanting pink but wanting a color which is going to pop on her, I'm going to go with this. So lighter colors for lighter skin, darker colors for darker skin. So I have so many pinks and I need to know where to use them. Okay, the same logic follows for your nude lip colors. A lot of people mess this up, okay, and it's because they don't know what nude to really use. So if I have fair skin and they want the no makeup look, I'm going to focus with these colors. If I have medium skin for a nude lip, I'm going to go with this one and this one. And if I have somebody who's dark but yet their lips are dark but yet they want a nudish natural look, I'm going to mix these 2. Okay, same thing for reds and oranges. A fair person can take all these colors and they'll all look beautiful. Just the natural brighter ones look prettier and more poppy, and the darker color will just look more goth on them. So when you have these colors with you, if I have a fair person who wants a bright lip, I'm going to go with the orange and this one. If I have a fair person who wants a softer lip, like a reddish orangey, I'm going to go with these 2. And a darker person, I'm going to follow up with these 2. Okay, so please keep in mind. Okay, an important thing, Ramesh, for dry lips. I showed you a lip scrub for dry lips. So you're going to have to just scrub it. It's like an exfoliant. You just have to do that. Then you're going to use the lip conditioner. And you want to do this while you are preparing your skin. A lot of people make a mistake of trying to do their lips after their makeup. So they spend 2 minutes on the lip makeup and they expect it to last all day and get a perfect finish. There's no shortcut to it. So what I would suggest is, prepare your lip when you prepare your skin. It's really easy to do and it's less messy. Once you finish that, your lip has time for the conditioner to really go and seep in. And then when you want to outline it and you want to fill color in it, it's going to look beautiful. It's going to look not dry and it's going to really look luscious. Okay, I'm also going to now talk to you about highlighters and illuminating creams, and the same color formula follows. If you are fair skin, you can take all. You can take light, bright and dark. If you're medium skin, you can take more of the medium dark. And if you're dark skin, then you should be taking more of the darker tones. Now these are all illuminators in cream base. If you see, this is a product from MAC which is called Cream Color Base. Been one of the most favorite products that they've had. So fair, medium and dark. Okay, I love this palette. It's beautiful. It is, I'm going to put up a list of it though for all of you. It's called Illuminate. Okay, the palette is called Pro Face Palette Illuminate. That's all it says. Coming to highlighters. Now I'm going to show you different shades of highlighters. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this highlighter is only good for really fair skin. Only good for really fair skin. If I use this ever on skin which is dark, I will ruin the most beautiful and the most perfect makeup I have done, which was before the highlighter came on. It's going to spoil everything. Everything will look gray and ashy and silvery, because silver is meant for fairer skin tones, and golds and coppers and bronzes work on medium and medium dark skin tones. Okay, I use a lot of this because it gives me the option of everything. If you see, it gives me a champagne gold, a rose gold, and more of a coppery gold. This is by Charlotte Tilbury. It's called the Bar, the Gold Bar palette. Okay, so I can work with fair, medium, and dark. Okay, how do you plump the lips? Is that what you mean, Yashoda? You get a product which is from a company which is called Too Faced, and it's called Lip Injection Extreme. So you can use that. That's beautiful. So I finished talking to you about the highlighters. Let me talk to you about a bit of blush. So I have a blush palette here with me, and you see the shades that I use. So again, everything I keep is for fair, medium and dark, and that's what I need if I'm a professional makeup artist. So fair, medium, dark. Okay, this is by MAC again. I'm going to put up the list. As I said, I love to do that. I'm going to talk to you about my favorite palettes, which are from RCMA again, which again came in my hands when I was in New York with Chic Studios. Concealer palette, and foundation palette, and highlighter palette, and high definition. So I use a lot of these. I love them. Okay, now I'm going to touch up on the topic where everybody has been asking me certain questions. So if you have any particular questions, I'm going to take them in the order I see them on the screen. So you could now start off with that, and we can have a look at all of those questions that you have. Highlighter, which brand? So this is by Charlotte Tilbury. Contour palette from MAC. I don't really use a contour palette as such, but I use this. I love this. I use this from Smashbox, and if you see, it looks after highlighters for fair and dark skin. It looks after a blush for fair and dark skin, and contour for fair and dark skin. So I use this. This is from Smashbox. It's called Ablaze. Okay, so that's the one that I really like to use. Just to go ahead and give you, explain a bronzer to you, Nipa. Okay, bronzers actually aren't great for Indian skin tones, if you ask me. Bronzers were invented for people where they felt that they had paleness or lack of color. The reason they don't really flatter us is because they have shine in it. So this is another logic of makeup where you have matte and dark colors which create receding and depth and minimizing of surface. That's why all your contour colors are matte and dark, and all your highlighters are light and shine, because they create maximization and they pop out. Okay, according to me, I rarely use bronzers, but I would use bronzer if I want a graded effect of a contour and not a sharp, dark, strong contour. Best lipstick palette, I would say Kryolan has some of the best lipstick palettes. I use these from MAC. I love them, so I just keep these with me, and I know that these work beautifully. Again, I'm going to show you all of them. Make sense? Yes? Okay. So that helps you to do that. How to cut down on chubby cheeks? Please guide exact direction of the contour. Okay, I'm going to guide you with the direction of the contour. So if you feel I have chubby cheeks. Can you see that? My cheeks are quite chubby. If I have to contour, I will cut this way. Center of the ear, almost to the corner of the lip. And you will have that going straight. Okay, so you can try that. The movement would be from up to down, and then circular motion, lifting it upwards, never contour downwards because it droops the area. So that's one tip for you. How to prep flaky skin? I love that question. Okay, Yamini, what you need to really do is you need to first exfoliate. What a lot of people do by mistake is they are under the impression that if the skin is dry, let's hide it and let's continue because we are in lack of time. I would say please don't ever try to do that. That's a shortcut method and you won't get the 100% that you're looking out for. So what I would say is that you need to pick up an exfoliator from Dermalogica. It's called a daily exfoliator. You can use it every day, Dermalogica. And you can exfoliate your skin every day. The flakiness is gone. But let's come to a situation where you're in the middle of your makeup and you really don't have time and the skin goes flaky. Pat and dab motion is the best on the flaky surface. So all you do is just take a creamy product and you just want to pat and dab. Don't cross fiction in any way. Okay, we have difference between translucent powder and baking powder. Okay, so there can be 100 ways in which people would want to name products for you, but what you need to understand is a baking powder will have less amount of talc in it. That means no matter how much you put on, it's not going to look cakey at the end of it. But normal translucent powder has talc as an ingredient and talc is a caking agent. How to create a glass look? Yes, so if you mean glossy or glass, both can be answered. I showed you Illuminators, which you can use. This is from MAC again. And it's called Improper Copper. Let's do it here. Can you see the sheen? Yeah? So you have an option of either using a particular cream. You also have an option of using a primer, which is an illuminating primer. Okay? I'm going to show you what I do with it. So it's a radiant primer. I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it here and show you. And I have a sheen. Okay? And if none of them work for you, then you have the powder highlighter. Powder highlighter will photograph like a watery glossy finish, but it just stays much longer and is less messy. So if you are in hot humid weather, this is really nice. Okay, so you can do all of these things that you like. Suggest some convenient products to reduce your pores or textured skin. I showed you a particular product for that, Kenneth. This is an amazing product which is from Pericom MD. I'm going to show you what it does. I'm going to use it on my skin because I have a little bit of pores and lines here. I'm going to smooth it out and show you. Just in the center for you to get an idea as to what it can actually do. And if you notice, it creates a veil which blurs out everything. There you go. Look at the skin around and look at the skin here. Okay, all of you who want to still ask about certain particular products, you can go ahead and inbox me on my Facebook Messenger. I'm open to that. I have no qualms with that. So this was Pericom MD. It's called Insta Blur. That's the product. कभी कभी tip of the nose product नहीं टिकाता है. Okay, Shamal. हाँ, ये बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट पॉइंट है क्योंकि नोज़ पे बहुत ज़्यादा पॉज होते हैं और स्वेटिंग होती है तो वहाँ से प्रोडक्ट बह जाता है. उसके लिए प्लीज़ पोर फिलर यूज़ कीजिए. और एक चीज़ आपको बता दूं कि अगर आपको वैसे लग रहा है और आप मेकअप कर रहे हैं तो नोज़ की टिप के ऊपर कुछ भी मॉइस्चराइज़र मत लगाइएगा, सीधा प्राइमर लगाइएगा. ओके, और ये भी कोशिश कीजिए कि आप जो प्रोडक्ट खरीदते हैं वो वेदर प्रूफ हो या वाटर प्रूफ हो, दो में से कोई भी एक. Can we use a face primer on eyelids as there's different primer for eyes too? I have done that before, Tanmay. I've never seen any harm come in it, but what I have realized is that the face primer can be a little heavier and thicker, and the eye primer can just be a lot more emollient and softer to apply because you already have such deep lines. You have such lines here, and these lines are just going to get enhanced when you put a thicker product. So you need a product which is really thin and goes all the way through. Okay, solving. Oh, for laugh lines, Yashoda, amazing. Do you see them? Do you see this? I have it. Okay. Now what I would tell you to do for the laugh line is put makeup here and put makeup here. Don't put makeup in the line. What makeup you put here and what makeup you put here just blend over the line. Don't create a cakey finish. That's the last thing you want to do. So definitely that will look after it. Rashmi is asking name please. The product name was Pericom MD. If you're asking my name, it's Cherag Bambboat. So yeah. How to get the product? Nivedita, you can go online and you can have this product ordered online. I think e-commerce is starting very soon, so it's going to be really easy for you to have products ordered online also. Yashoda, I hope that looked after your laugh line question. The Nars Foundation, Nivedita, is Stromboli M3. Okay, it's M3 Stromboli. That's the Nars Foundation, and it's the new one. So I think all in all we have covered almost all the topics from my side that I could cover in a quick session with all of you. So just summarize everything in a short way. You want to always remember how to use colors. Fair skin takes all colors, medium skin takes medium to dark colors, and dark skin takes darker colors. This is another very important thing to keep in mind. Please focus on skin preparation. Do cleansing, toning, moisturizing, disinfecting, primer very, very perfectly so that you have to use lesser amount of makeup and it all looks really beautiful. Okay, so this is another tip that I can give you from my side. As far as I am concerned with eyeshadows, I also have a neutral palette to show you, which is from Becca. So people who want to use a lot of these neutral natural tones, very simple to understand: fair, medium and dark. Do you understand this? Fair, medium and dark. Follow this principle for every color. So if you have a pink, you'll have a lightest pink and a darkest pink. The lightest pink for fair skin, then the medium dark pink for medium skin, and the dark magenta pink for the dark skin. Okay, please give a live session on direct FB. How sweet, Rashmi, thank you so much. We'll try to do that also. During the makeup application, if the product slips out, then what to do? Mohita, this is a very important question and I'm happy that you asked. If you ever realize that a product slips out when you're putting it on, either it means that you had too much moisture, or you are beginning to sweat, or the product is just not meant for the weather in which you're trying to apply it and keep it on. Okay, Thank you for giving clear expressions. Thank you, Madhu. That's great of you. Thanks for the info and the tip from Malaysia. Hi, Jaya. Thank you so much. Can we mix foundation and illuminator and then apply? Sheetal, yes, you can. There is no harm in doing that. You will get a satin finish foundation or an illuminating finish foundation, but do remember, whatever illuminator color that you mix in the foundation, accordingly your foundation will either become lighter or darker, so be very careful of that. How to purchase these products? You can go online and you can order them online. If you want to purchase the products, you can message me and then I can help you with links of websites where you can go and buy these products directly. How sweet, Nipa, you've been my student from one of my academies. I'm so happy to have you here. Best Vitish Skin Foundation for dry skin. I would say if you have dry skin and wheatish skin tone, please try the Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation. And the shade would be a 4.5 to a 5.5. Okay. Fixing spray, sir. Okay. Fixing spray for you. Matte satin. And if you want to end in a glossy way. Okay. Bodyography and MAC. So those are the fixing sprays. How to achieve a natural makeup look for acne and pimple prone skin. Try to keep everything more matte. Don't allow shine and try to put a thinner layer. Please remember, makeup will never fill in depth, or nor will makeup give you height. So if a pimple is bumpy or if there is a pit in the skin, it's not going to correct that, but it will definitely correct the skin tone and your face will look much more evened out. How to lift the sagging facial features around the eye and lip. Shari, if you are really interested in this, there's a product from a company called Sisley. It's called Lip and Eye Contour Gel. Try it. It's expensive, but it's a miraculous product. Okay, so can you suggest which makeup fixer is the best? Ruth, I would say the Bodyography. I have been using that a lot, so I think that's really great. Yes. Nipa, you've been at my Pedder Road branch. That's my head branch. Yes, absolutely. So you're one of us. Thank you. Jagrati for pack foundation is good for oily skin. I am not very sure, but I know that we use it in our academy and it looks fine, but I don't know how it's going to behave when you are outdoors in sweat and humidity. I would rather recommend the MAC Studio Fix Liquid Foundation, because MAC Studio Fix Liquid Foundation contains silica, which is an oil absorbing mineral. I have started to mess up with black color. I am talking about eyeshadow. Okay, Bhumika, it's very easy. Rub a kohl pencil on your lid first so you have a creamy layer, and then pat on black eyeshadow. Don't pat it on just like that, and I would say first pat and dab and then blend. Don't try to directly take it from the palette and blend. It's not going to work. So use a creamier base of a kohl pencil underneath, and on top then you can have a black eyeshadow, pat, dab, and then swirl around. Okay, does fixing spray oxidize makeup? Maya, no, it can't oxidize makeup. It does not have titanium dioxide. And if the makeup is still oxidizing, then it's the initial issue I spoke about, where the person internally is acidic or alkaline by nature of their food and the environment. What about Huda Beauty? I love Huda Beauty foundation for a very, very full coverage, heavy makeup look. I would not use Huda for somebody who likes natural makeup. But yes, if you want a heavily done up makeup look, Huda is beautiful. Any instant tip for reducing puffy eyes for brides? Yes, Purvi. You please use the Clinique Pep Start. Please use this product. It also is going to help because it also has caffeine as an ingredient in it at one point, and it's going to deep puff the under eye. It takes 3 seconds for an eye fix, hydrates, brightens, and perks it up. Okay. All right, brushes, which brand are good? Madhu, Pro Arte is nice. I have made those brushes for Beauty Palace. I help them formulate and choose the brushes for Beauty Palace. But there are so many brands, Madhu. Just remember one thing about brushes. You want to have some brushes which are long lasting, and you'll have some with synthetic hair and some with natural hair, although that difference is going soon now. But remember, synthetic brushes are for creams and liquids, and natural hair is for powder. Natural hair is less shiny and softer. Synthetic is shinier and more coarse to the touch. Name of the product you told for saggy skin. Sicily. Sicily is a makeup and a cosmetic brand. So Sicily Eye and Lip Contour Gel. Suggest how to do makeup, do contouring on a baby face. Baby faces don't need contouring. You're beautiful anyways. One more question. Which foundations are good for natural look? So when you say natural, means do you want medium coverage, natural coverage, or full coverage? Are you saying you want natural coverage? And if that is yes, you want natural coverage, then try NYX Total Control Drops, try MAC Face and Body Foundation, try the Bobbi Brown Foundation. All of those are great. How to prep a skin which sweat a lot. Maya, please avoid using a moisturizer. Yeah, please avoid using a moisturizer. Stick to a primer. Let a primer do the job of a moisturizer, and try to use a mattifying primer. Please carry a blotting powder with you. A blotting powder can be dabbed on without kicking up your makeup when you feel it's about to get sweaty. Which foundation is good for the no makeup look? MAC Face and Body, Deepa, is amazing. Try MAC Face and Body Foundation for this effect. It's absolutely stunning. You'll love that. Okay guys, so do you have, okay, there we have something. A foundation that does not make you look heavily made up. I guess Bhumika's trying to say that. I just said NYX Total Drops, Total Control Drops. It's a foundation. And also please try using MAC Face and Body Foundation, and also Bobbi Brown is amazing. Bobbi Brown oil free foundation, that's really nice. It is natural. Kryolan foundation is good for makeup. Roshni, yes, it's good for makeup, yes, but it's good for heavy makeup. Yeah. And in Kryolan you have different types. You have a Supra palette, which is greasy and oily. You have a TV paint stick, which is for combination skin, and you have Derma, which is for very, very oily or greasy skin. Then you have Derma foundation. A foundation that does not make the look heavy, answered. Kryolan foundation is good for makeup, answered. What can you do for a hairy face? Bhakti, follow strokes downwards. Flatten off all the hair when you prepare your skin. Don't do any buffing movement. Instead, just apply everything downwards or out of the face. Something which is going to seal and flatten off all the facial hair. Good foundation for day use for dry skin. The Bobbi Brown Stick Foundation, absolutely amazing. Which primer goes for all skin types? I think we've used a lot. So you can use Color Bar, you can use Miss Claire, you can use MAC. All of these are good. Most primers have silicone, so any primer which contains silicone works for everyone. It just helps to sit on top and act as a barrier between your makeup and the skin oil and sweat, and makes your makeup last longer and smooths out your skin. So that's all it does. So any primer is good as long as it's silicone based and it's a velvety finish. Maya, foundation good for bridal makeup. It depends on the bride's skin. Do you have a bride who has problematic skin which has a lot of pigmentation? Then choose something like Huda. If you have a bride which has lovely beautiful skin with average pigmentation, then use Nars. And if you're somebody who's got beautiful skin and hardly needs foundation, then use a foundation with very, very natural finish. I applied NYX concealer on my Kryolan base. It turned yellow later. The shade was also right. Any suggestions? I don't know which concealer you use, but message me and then let's try to solve that for you. Okay? And we will be able to help you with that for sure. Komal, please suggest how to make that body face look sharper. How to make that body face look sharper. Sorry, Komal, please message me. Oily skin foundation, the MAC Studio Fix is the best. Powder foundation, absolutely the best. Okay. Which brand has good eyelashes? Artmatic had very good lashes, Dipti, but and I use another glue also, which is Duo, but the new Duo, and there's one which is come up from Ardell. I love Ardell lashes and I love their glue. It's beautiful. Kralin TV paint stick, I love that for Indian weather. How to make that baby face look sharper? Okay, just use a little bit of contour under the cheekbone at the nose corners, and just use more of highlighter and lesser contour. Okay, what is the product to be used for fine lines? Please use the Insta Blur, which I spoke about earlier, from Pericom MD. If you find it difficult to find that, then you can go to the Porefessional, which is from Benefit, which is available at Sephora. Komal, I answered you, but message me if you still want more information, and also send me a photograph of the face that you're talking about. Thank you so much, guys. I think my time is up, and if you have any further questions or queries, we're all sitting at home. We all want to help each other. Education never ends, as I always say. Please message me either on Instagram or on Facebook. My mobile number is 9967 000015. All right. Thank you so much, guys. Stay blessed, stay safe, and please be positive. We are going to have a very bright future. All of us together can work magic.